Yes. It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is. That's right, it is K-Pop Saturday night. And on this night, I like to feature K-pop or Asian artists on the channel, past, present, or future. Now, I wasn't going to do any videos tonight. You know, I am kind of tired. I did work today. But I did want to get something out tonight. So, what made me actually do a video? And actually, the video that I'm going to play is going to be counter-contradictive to what I'm getting ready to say. I am watching the show Siren, Surviving the Island on Netflix. And when the show first started, I believe there's 10 episodes, and by episode 2, I had already chosen which team I was going to back. And it happened to be the firefighters. And there's one episode left, and I'm not going to tell you that because maybe you haven't seen it and you're halfway through it and you don't want to know who ends up in the end. But the firefighters are my favorite team because of the fact that they have a lot of heart. And, you know, one of the things that I've noticed, because I do a lot of K-pop videos, or have done a lot of K-pop videos, is there's a difference between seeing K-pop girls. And I know good and well, and, you know, you can't deny it, that they get work done. And I'm not saying any of these people haven't had work done. But when you're seeing people like police, and firefighters, and bodyguards, and soldiers, and stunt people, and I can't remember who the last one is. Oh, athletes. Whew, how can I forget athletes? And athletes, some of these people, you know, don't go for getting everything done on their face. And, you know, the 2 characters that I like, which is Kim Hyun-ae, who is the leader of the firefighters, and then you have Jung Min-soon, who is one of the other firefighters who, you know, looks very masculine, but you know from watching her and, you know, hearing her talk and things like that, you know, I mean, it is a girl, and you start to see what it's called, strength over beauty. And personality over beauty. Like, you know, you can see somebody, they might not be the best looking, but after you get to know them for a while, you're like, you know, you're not a bad person after all. You know, like, you're pretty cool. And that's the way I would feel about any one of these girls. Or women. These are women. So I'm kind of excited to see the final episode and see where it goes. So, the first video, if I do any other videos, the first video that I'm going to do, like I said, might be counteractive or counter-contradictive to what I just said about these strong women that do civil service and other things in Korea. This song is by somebody called Dominic. And what I found out, he is South Korean, born in 84. 84 was a great year for a lot of things, so being born that year isn't so bad. And his real name is Jung Ki-suk, and he changed his name to Simon Dominic because the Simon comes from the movie Demolition Man and the role that Wesley Snipes played in the movie, Simon Phoenix. So he took the Simon from there, and I guess Dominic is the name that he was baptized with. So Simon Dominic. And when I was just scrolling through videos, I actually typed in Korean hip hop because I didn't want to do pop. I wanted to do Korean hip hop. And this song came up on a list, and I noticed that it had 10 million views. Now, when I played the first 5 seconds of the video, the visuals are what I'm saying makes it kind of contradicted to what I was saying about strong women and, strength over beauty, brain over beauty, things like that. It looks like this video is going to be like beauty over brain, if you know what I mean. I don't know these women, so I don't know the women in the video if they're not smart or not, but they're trying to get that cheddar. Trust me, they are. So, if I take a look like this and look at Balamo, it went to number 86 in South Korea, or in Korea, but again, it does have over 10 million views on YouTube, and that's just the main one. There are many other, of course, people were reposted and things like that, and some of those have millions of views and things like that. So, if you like videos like this and others on my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 10 videos each and every week. I believe this makes 9. I might not get to 10, but it's more than I did last week, which was 8. So, without any further ado, here is Simon Dominic and Make Her Dance.
So what's the matter? Your shoes on too tight or something? Let's have some action. Let's have some asses wiggling. I want some perfection.
Boom, so make her dance, boom, so make her dance, boom, so make her dance, bombs. Boom, so make her dance, boom, so make her dance, boom, so make her dance, bombs. 더 가까이 와 너의 뜨거운 비우디와 나의 섹시 eyes 우리만 하면 터져 ill chill maximize the shit 시끄럽고 도도한 그녀도 춤을 추게 하지 내 외모동과 실력도 한 잔씩 돌릴 테니까 다들 빠져 들어와 오늘은 깜깜하게 놀게 보는 그만 물어봐 hashtag no more 밖에 줄이 너무 길어 밖에 줄이 너무 길어 내 노래가 좋으면 좋았지 왜 갑자기 귀에 흘러 고맙긴 한데 I don't wanna groupie love 난 아까부터 제 엉덩이에서 눈을 못 떼 나 갖고 놀아도 돼 지금 내 기분은 shake it booty that's why I like it show me how you do it 네 옆에만 남아있게 boom so make her dance 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 boom yeah right
지금 순간이 우리의 기념일 너와 나 둘이만 남을 때까지 알고파 널 장신 너의 발이 아쉬워 말아 여기에 nobody 가져봐 내가 가진 모든 걸 낮에 백화점에서 가진 리드 예쁜 백악게 둘러매 Put it in your bag 보기에는 선수 주지 않아 점수 You bad bitch 우아함 이것들 떠올리는 널 miss 이 얘기들의 모습 유치하지
Shake that booty That's why I like it Show me how you do it 네 옆에만 남아있게 boom so make her dance 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 boom
내 가운데 다리 수직 상승 중이야 저 fuckboys 무시해 Know who we are 널 가만 냅둘리 꺼낸 아침까지 눈치껏 움직여 in the hotel lobby 내가 원하는 건 내가 원하는 건 Show me where we're going I see where I'm going 원하는 건 네가 잘하는 건 Yes hard We go hit the top yeah Drop top Porsche on Let me teach you how to do the bounce on me I've been kept it in my pocket Perfect timing 밤새 one day up 쏟나 쏴 던져봐 내게 마구마구 네 살에 타고 흐르는 거품 버블 합은 다두개 잘 맞는 합을 타고 낯선 get lucky I love you no
Shake that booty That's why I like it Show me how you do it 네 옆에만 남아있게 boom so make her dance 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 boom
so that was Make Her Dance. You know what? That was a pretty hardcore song, and it makes me wish that I went to strip clubs, but I haven't been to a strip club since the early 2000s, and what's weird is I went there and like an ex-girlfriend's best friend was in there too, a female, and I was like, oh snap, okay, so it's like that. So it is what it is, but I just got tired of, number one, they're unobtainable, and they're always working their way through college, even though, you know, it looks like they can't spell money, they just know what it looks like. But, you know, the video makes me think that way, and, you know, I shouldn't think that way about, you know, any women, but come on, you know, when you have a video like that, it just made me wish I was younger. You know, back in my younger days, and I did once, I probably shouldn't be saying this in front of the camera, I was able to go into a strip club, and I dated a stripper for like 2 weeks. Her name was Sunshine. I was 20 years old when that happened. I'm 54 now, just so you guys know. So no matter what, you know, it's over and done with. But it was 2 weeks, and you know, there was really nothing going on except for, you know, you know what I'm talking about. So, you know, there wasn't a lot of substance there. I've also lived with strippers before, and you know, they're all about making that money. It is what it is. But I like the song. The other two people on the track were Loopy and Crush. I liked Dominic's flow and everything else like that. When the second guy came in, it was a little high pitched, and it reminded me of a little bit about like almost like a Flavor Flav, like a hype person, and you know, the kind of high voice worked. The third guy, yeah, he was okay. If that was Crush, he was okay. It seemed like sometimes his lyrics were offbeat, and it kind of wasn't something that you could get into the groove with. But you know, his lyrics were a little bit more to, you know I'm a F-boy, you know, I'm hanging around and doing all this other kind of stuff, and money and cars and everything else like that, and you know, just things of like substance. What is a change is that, you know, K-pop as well as K-hip-hop, you know, got its grounding in American pop music from back in the 90s. Now, when, you know, of course they've kind of caught up with, you know, today's things, but if you go back to around the 2000s up until maybe the 2015s, there was a time frame in there where it seemed like all the rappers and people like that were making songs for strip clubs. You know, you had T-Pain's and there was a whole bunch of songs around that time that were dealing strictly with the strip culture. And I'm sure that was the case because there was a lot of guys who were doing hip-hop who were going to strip clubs and flashing all that money and doing all that. And so, you know, of course, if you're hanging around something long enough, you're going to write a song about it. You know, there were songs about crack and drugs and marijuana and everything else like that. If, you know, guns and violence and gangbanging and whatever, if you're around that culture, you're gonna write a song about it. What is it, the movie Half Baked? He was writing a song about his drug dealer.
Everybody knows in my neighborhood, it's the best test around. Sassy shit is blessed. Got the whole town on lockdown.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But it's been a while since I've heard a song that looks like it would go great in a strip club. So if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.
만큼 너와의 여행